Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? One of the things that I love most about being a physique coach is critiquing my client's form. Now, oftentimes it's simply a matter of making sure that they're executing the movement properly. But what I really love is when I offer a simple suggestion, a little subtle tweak to exercise technique, so the client will feel the movement just a little bit different, really create a little bit more tension in the target muscle, and seeing that light bulb go off on my client's mind, in their head, as they're executing the movement, they do it, they hit stop on the record button, they're like, oh my God, I felt this completely different than I've ever felt it before. Really feeling the tension exactly where I want to feel it. Those are the moments that excite me the most as a coach. And right now I'm going to share some examples of one of our clients, one of the members in the Physique Mastery Movement group coaching experience, Peter, who has been doing a heck of a job, really diligent with posting videos of a lot of the exercises that we have in our workout programs. Initially in that first week, making sure that he's doing the movement properly, and from there each week showing his progression as he's not only applied what we have taught him in terms of making the most out of the movement, but really those subtle little techniques to help you get the most bang from your buck from every single rep that you perform. Enjoy this footage. Let's see him in action. And the first exercise we'll take a look at is the sissy hack squat. So going up on your toes here, letting those heels come up. This is a completely new exercise for Peter. He's never performed it before. So the advice I gave him was to simply slow it down a little bit. And I was curious to see if he could go deeper. Everyone's a little bit different. We all got our own personal range of motion, but I had a feeling he could get a little lower with the movement. Sure enough, second attempt at this this workout in the plan. Nice, slow, controlled, and definitely getting deeper in this movement. He's feeling a lot more tension, exactly where he wants to feel it. So it's the beauty. Peter makes an ideal client here because he really listens to the advice, puts it in action, post another video, say, all right, am I on the right track now? Am I making progress here? I'm like, yep, looking good, but I still think you could get a little bit lower, a little bit deeper in this movement, working a full range of motion. And what do you know, third week on the plan, he is golden here. Look at that, even a little brief pause in the bottom. So it's subtle little things, just getting him to learn to relax certain muscles to allow yourself to go a little bit deeper, and then just keeping constant tension on the thighs, on the quads, coming out of the bottom, really driving those feet into the platform. So it made my day to see that in action. Just the progression from week to week was outstanding. Now, the second exercise I want to take a look at is the chest-supported rear delt fly. Now, the first piece of advice I gave him here was to lower the incline. He's a little bit too upright with this bench, so even though we have follow-along videos in all the programs that we put out there, sometimes you think you're doing things right. I know as myself, I follow plans and I think I'm doing everything properly until I see myself on video, and then subtle little changes can go a long way here. So in addition to lowering the incline, I thought he used a little bit too much momentum here, and there's a little bit too much involvement of the traps. So a piece of advice I gave him, once again, just slow things down. Think of reaching outwards towards the wall. It's not so much about lifting that weight up as high as you can. It's just reaching outwards, let those hands stay low as much as they can for as long as they can, and then they're coming up, and just feel all that tension in the rear delts. And one of the little bits of advice is just to simply engage the rear delts before you actually lift the weight. When you start from relaxed and you just start thrusting that weight up there, it's very easy to begin the movement using those supporting muscles to kick things off right away. You don't want to be using those. You want to feel tension immediately in the target muscle. So one of the best tips of advice is to simply engage the target muscle before you actually lift the weight. So big things I really wanted him to focus on was just relaxing those traps, steer all that tension to the rear delts, use less momentum, and even don't be afraid to use partial reps in the end to keep the constant tension on the rear delts. So boom, right away, night and day. This is like second week on the plan, and instantly, it made my day to see this footage the next week. So not only is the bench lower, but look at the control. You can see his scapula are open. The shoulder blades are staying open. He's keeping that tension on the rear delts. Notice he's not losing tension in the bottom. He's not relaxing. There's no momentum getting involved here. This is if you watched our previous video on building boulder shoulders, I mentioned extended rest pause sets is one of my favorite techniques to build your shoulders and hit them frequently. So this is what we're doing here, aiming for, I think it was 8 to 10 reps on the first set, as many more reps as you can, rest for 5 seconds, do as many more reps as you can, rest for 5 seconds, as many more reps as you can. And he's doing a hell of a job. This is like tremendous improvement. So he took the little tidbits of advice that we gave him, and in action right away, this makes a world of a difference in building your physique, especially sculpting an aesthetic physique. When you can learn to take out the supporting muscles, kind of turn off the activation of those supporting muscles and dial up the activation of the target muscles, really steer that neural drive where you want to feel it. It makes a world of a difference, not only in how you feel the movement and the growth of the movement, but longevity in this sport. It takes the tension off of the joints and just gets it exactly where you want to feel it. Now, this is the light bulb moment. This is what really makes my day. Notice the pinky finger is leading the way here. So that's one of those subtle little changes. His palms were facing down every other time. He executed the movements perfectly the last time. Now it's the subtle little change, pinky finger going up. Do you feel the movement any different? This is the kind of playfulness that we really enjoy, and just seeing our members, seeing the clients in action, saying, hey, listen, I had a subtle little change, supinating my hand or pronating it, and I felt it completely different in the movement. Then you start hearing the other members say, all right, I'm going to give that a try as well. And it's that kind of feedback that we're sharing each other. It's the bro science portion of it all, where it's like, hey, this is what I did. Give it a try yourself and see how it feels type thing. For a lot of it, sure, there's science and evidence supporting, like the EMGs or MRI studies showing the activations of the muscles, but it's the kind of sharing and camaraderie that we have here, helping each other make the absolute most of every single rep that we're performing. So hope you really enjoyed this footage, the form critique. Hope you're doing it yourself. Catch you next time.